What's going on, guys? Sky Sparks here, bringing you my team builder for my battle. It's a playoff match versus the Belleville Bays is what the username's called, but it is Alex, coach of the Tillsonburg Trubbish, which is the team I'm fighting. So talk quick about my last match versus Brandon. I probably can pull it up. It just really sucks because I had so many good opportunities to this was my game to win. This was my game to win, and I'm not gonna my battle for this will be posted after, just because Brandon's still in the league right now. He has not been eliminated, which means I don't want him to see all my spicy stuff, especially on me. I already told him my Mammoth Wine's got some spice, but I'm gonna go to turn say 50. So what sucks here is I made a couple misplays. I'm just gonna go right off the bat. Here, did not realize that he had to go power punch before, so I just kind of clicked my Z move. I'm like, wow, fuck it, like whatever. If he switches heat, whatever. And then I'm like, oh, okay, you went power punch. I don't know why you did that. Now I'm stuck with Thunderbolt because in my mind I'm thinking, I already hit 2 focus blasts, 70% accurate each shot. I don't want to push my luck, and I need chip damage. But it didn't really matter because in the end, either Mammoth Wine was going to OHKO it or wasn't going to OHKO it. So I should have just went with the Focus Blast and tried. Now, if I had not wasted my Z move, it would have done extra damage, which you will see later does play a role. Or I should have nasty plotted then Focus Blast. Then at least I'm only having it to hit 1. That's what I should have done there. So that's one thing. Mammoth Wine comes in. There, see that rock damage? Do the calc on a non-invested heat run. Flash can does 100%. I 100% live at 100% health. So if I don't have rock damage, I live 100%. Bar crit. If that rock damage happens, it's a 50-50 roll. That 50-50 roll did not happen in my favor. That was 2 misplays. I should have gotten rid of those rocks, and I should have had speed in my Mammoth Wine. Me not having speed in my Mammoth Wine was a mistake. Live and learn, I guess. Then Latias comes in. Scarf, the only move I have to hit it was with the Draco. So you're going to go here. It's going to drop down to 8. And another thing I was thinking was, because I was debating whether that outsped me, was to just Ice Shard and do that 5%, which right there, being at 3%, would have mattered. If I had Ice Sharded, I would have won that game because it would have dropped that Pokemon to 3%. I missed the Draco. The only thing that mattered was a crit, which would be a 4% roll. Lose the game. Heatran picks up 3 kills. That's all because it's a lot of misplay on my part. But I wanted to explain this because leading to this match, the loser, we already knew, played Alex, who I play. And it's kind of lucky in a sense because there's a rivalry going between, I feel, me and Sean. No, sorry, Sean and Alex are on one side, me and Brandon are on another side, and it's a nice back and forth rivalry, except they throw more heat and we throw more standard stuff, so it usually makes for good matches. But Brandon, not sorry to say it, but Alex has got your number, which apparently I don't think Brandon has won against Alex in the 3 seasons that we've played. That means, and with this rivalry in my mind, I kind of went into this match okay, I get a shot at taking Alex out. I beat Sean. Let's hope I can go 2 for 2. Definitely would be a rough match. We had some miscommunication where we were supposed to play. Today's Monday night or Tuesday morning. It's 3:00 right now. Fuck. We were supposed to play Sunday at 1 p.m. But then last minute, I'm like, yo, are you ready to play? And he's like, oh, sorry, I can't play until 10. 10 rolls around, he can't play until today, which is, we battled Monday. So I'm like, technically, I could have the forfeit because we had 2 scheduled times. We had 2 scheduled times, and it wasn't my fault that these scheduled times were missed. So, but it's a playoff match, and I feel bad being the commissioner. It's hard for me to be like, yeah, I get the forfeit win because, I'm running the league, and at the end of the day, I want more people to come back into it. So I'm like, you know what? I'll give him today. And then we played an hour late. It was kind of because he was and he didn't message me. He was playing some game, and I was waiting for a message. But I could have messaged too. I could have messaged out, yo, are you ready? to battle. But like I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna wait it. Part of me was like, let me just wait it out because like we have 50-50 matches. So if he just doesn't respond, then I technically get the win, the forfeit win. But I'm like, you know what, like 11:30 hit, and I'm like, you know what, like I'll throw it out there, and if he doesn't respond, then I'll take the win. He responded. This brings us into our game. I'm not gonna say the outcome of the game until after you have to see what happens, but I'll go over what my team was going into this match. Alex is a creature of I want to say shiny toy syndrome. That I don't know if that explains it right, but he loves shiny things, not shiny in the sense that they sparkle, shiny in the sense that they're fun things to use. So like things like Superior, and things like Necrozma and Cloister, where it's like you click one button and then you could potentially be a threat. And a fair amount of his wins tend to be like 4-0. Like he gets like 4 kills with him on here, 3 there, just because like eventually he finds a way that one of his opponents just can't compete with the amount of setup that he uses. Because like I remember I played him and I've lost matches because he had a Reuniclus that I couldn't deal with, that was able to set up. He had a Cloister that set up and cost me to sack 2 of my mons just to get rid of it. Stuff like that. So going into this, I know he's got a lot of stuff weak to flying. The only psychic resist he has is Zoroark. He has no dragon resist. So right there I'm thinking, you know what, this is a good chance to bring my dragons. Leona is a must, especially since right now his like the shiny toy syndrome. Right now it's Superior. I can tell watching his matches, that's the mon he likes to use. So I'm fully expecting Superior. I'm fully expecting Suicune. Necrozma is a fun Pokemon to use. Part of me was thinking maybe he brings Zoroark just because it gives him a psychic resist. And Sean having helped him team build, I knew Sean's gonna be like, yo, you need, like, you have no psychic resist. Because early in the season, Sean was talking to me about this, and he was like, yeah, you could probably just run Mega Latios with like Calm Mind or something, because like he has no answers to it. But now he's picked up Zoroark since we battled week 1, and his only answer really is like Cryogonal, which doesn't take a Psyshock. I guess Gourgeist could be an answer, but nothing on his team really takes hits. So knowing that Leona was my first thing gives me that coverage. I did have Ice Beam instead of Roar at one point, but I was thinking that I was thinking of switching Knuckles out, who's the 6th mon I picked, for like a Heal Beller. But I'm like, you know what? I decided to go into the match because it did that thing where I didn't save it, so like it erased half of my editing from today. So I'm like, you know what? I don't have time to switch mons. I'd rather go with a mon that I put effort into instead of someone that I feel could be more useful but I didn't put effort into. So I left the Roar, which helps. I think it could help and it could hurt. There's Pokemon that are definitely weak to ice that could wall me, but I'm pretty sure Dragon Pulse does like the 50% to Superior anyways. It's a 2-hit kill, and I live 3 Leaf Storms. So that's enough on this mon. Basically pretty simple. Roost, get health. It's meant to be a wall. Get some health, throw off some Dragon Pulses. He's got a lot of like weak stuff like Cryogonal that can't really touch me, so I can get some roosts off there. Same with Rizian, gives me a chance to roost up there. So I just kind of thought the health would be nice. Second Pokemon, going in, Shuca Berry, Drapion. Mainly the Shuca Berry and the Aerial Ace, because if he has a Scarf Buzzwole, or if he thinks he can like, if he's a Scarf Buzzwole and he goes for EQ, I live it and I can deal some damage with Aerial Ace. If he's not Scarf and he goes for EQ, I live the EQ and I get 2 Aerial Aces off, and I force him to switch out. T-Spike, this is my go-to lead. He loves sub, he loves setting up, so poison, residual damage is a must. I didn't really care for rocks this game just because he doesn't really have much weak to rocks. I care more for the status. And as long as he doesn't bring Nihilego to the match, I'm fine. Nihilego, I have an answer to it if it just decides to try to erase my Toxic Spikes in Cobalion, but if he brings it, he brings it, and my plan is hopefully he doesn't bring it. Just because, and I lead with it, get my toxic spikes out. It's that simple. Not really much battle armor. We ain't critting out here. No, none of these -4 Draco crits. Third Pokemon, we got another thing about. Actually, I'm gonna go back. I didn't put Poison Jab because anything that Poison Jab would be good at, Aerial Ace can do damage against. That being said, it does 4 times to Buzzwole, 4 times to Virizion. So in my mind, I'm thinking I'd rather have the non-stab coverage in Aerial Ace than the Poison Jab, especially since T-Spikes are supposed to be up. T-Spikes will allow me to Toxic them anyway, so I don't really have to worry about getting that 30% Toxic poison, or the poison status through that. But knockoff can hit some things like Necrozma. I can knock off some items like Suicune's. What does Suicune have? Like Suicune has leftovers. And I was talking to Steven today, and he was like, this used to be really slow, but then he told me about Taunt. He's like, yeah, throw Taunt on. And I'm like, you know what? I made it to outspeed a max speed Cloyster, which is good, because he's not going to run a Jolly Necrozma. He's not going to run... If he runs a Jolly Buzzwole, I'm not taunting a Buzzwole anyways. Anything I'm taunting is going to be slower than a Jolly Cloyster. So that, I'm thinking, okay, then that was a really good addition Steven added to this team, and it cost me to get rid of Earthquake, I think, because Earthquake hit Nihilego, and I figured I could also live a Earth Power with a Shuka Berry, throw off an Earthquake, and kill it. But I figured I have a good answer to Nihilego. There's no point in me putting coverage on this when I can just switch into my good check to it. Going to third Pokemon. Got Cosmo Kramer here. I didn't switch his gender. I fucked up. Okay, it might have been a female Cosmo Kramer. Who knows? But Choice Band, Rockhead. This is my Entei switching. If he decides to bring it, I risk the 50% burn off Sacred Fire. I mean, it's a risk I'm going to be willing to take. But Head Smash, man, he takes this guy takes 20% max from an Entei move. If he decides to go for E-Speed or Bulldoze, even better. And Banded, it's Jolly, which sucks, but a Banded Head Smash from this boy, dense. Dense, he has no switch-ins, he has no Steel type, which is one of Rock's best switch-ins, or one of the better switch-ins to Rock moves. And you can see on my team, I kind of don't really I'm thinking this, my mind's kind of racing, but I don't really cover for Raikou in this because I've got 2 Lightning Rod Pokemon and a Mamoswine, and those were my top 3 picks. So if he's bringing Raikou, he's got to bring Volt Switch or T-Bolt as his stab coverage, that's why you bring a Raikou to get the electric attack. You need Aura Spare for Mamoswine, HP Ice for Thunderous T, and then you'd need Shadow Ball for Marowak. And right there, he may as well just run an AV set or something. And he kind of loses. It's too much coverage, too specific coverage that a Scarf Mamo could just kill anyways, or he can't choice it, because if he choices into the wrong, he can't choice into an electric move, and if he choices into say Shadow Ball, Mamoswine takes 2 of those. So you I guess Knuckles can take on. I do have some backups just in case, but I mean, that wasn't something I wasn't really worried about. The coverage here, just because I don't want to get locked into Outrage, even though it's good. Even Dragon's good against this team. I didn't want to lose this big threat just because I got locked into Outrage and then he just kind of killed me with a Suicune or something. I don't know what could happen, but he has some bulky stuff that could take a good hit, especially if I didn't weaken it enough. Fire Fang for the vast amount of weakness he has to it. Cragnoll, Virizion, Gourgeist, Buzzwole, Superior. I had Crunch, decided against that just because Fire Fang hit his team harder, and if I'm gonna go against a Necrozma, which is another thing I had for this, just because if you got an Autotomize off on his Necrozma or something, and if he was +2 in stats, I live a stored power, and I just I do 70 to 80 whatever percent. He can't recover more than I deal. So as long he has to keep recovering until I miss a head smash, but he only gets 1 or 2 shots at me missing that head smash. Fourth Pokemon, My boy Zeus, the team I drafted around, should probably. I've been starting to bring him to. I think I brought him to like every playoff match. Like this guy's been like carrying most of my battles, and I'm hoping he carries this one. I did have Z Fly, or Fly named Z, and Fly on this, with hidden power flying instead of Thunder. But I figured Necrozma is such a threat, as long with Suicune, that if he somehow gets like a calm lined up, Z Thunder I think can still break that, can still OHKO it. I don't know for sure, but I mean Z Thunder does a hell of a lot, and like an unboosted Suicune takes like 70 to 90% from a Thunderbolt. So imagine what a Z Thunder's gonna do. Like Z Thunder's already doing 100%. And Volt Switch, I didn't really. I didn't really know what else to throw there. Like, there's no real coverage move I wanted to add. It was more for momentum. Like, if I get faced off against a Suicune, and he decides to stay in, I hopefully deal enough that he can't sub up on it. And then I switch out into some coverage, but it was more of a momentum thing. I guess I could have put like more coverage on Thunderous T, but he didn't really need many more coverage other than electric and flying. So I figured the momentum would be better. I think I might have switched it for Nasty Plot, just in case he did boost up with Suicune. But at that point, it's not like an Ice Beam's gonna do a hell of a lot if he's like +1 or +2 anyways. So it wasn't really that big a deal to run any boosting stuff on it. This is my main Nihilego check. This is something I probably should have run Volt Switch on, but I thought the coverage was better. Zen Headbutt, Iron Head, Close Combat, Stealth Rocks. It gives me a Zoroark switch in if I need that. Air Balloon allows me to take 0 damage from 2 of Nihilego's moves, and if it's Scarfed and it goes for it can't kill me if it breaks my Air Balloon on the switch in, because either one of two things happen. It's Scarfed, it goes for a damaging move that hits me, say like Ancient Power or whatever, the Power Gem, and I'm a Steel type. I take 2 of those and I can OHKO it with an Iron Head. I lose my Balloon, but if he goes for like Poison Jab or Sludge Wave or Earth Power, I take 0 from it, and if he's Scarfed, it doesn't matter, he can't switch his moves and break my Balloon. If he's not Scarfed, I outspeed him anyways, and we go from there. But yeah, it's mainly for Nihilego, it's mainly for Zoroark. A Flamethrower and Zoroark could touch me, but then it has to run a hasty kind of nature, because it usually, actually I think it has better special attack, but usually with Zoroark you kind of want like knockoff and stuff like that, or at least that in my head I'm thinking, like when you have a Zoroark against something, you usually throw off a knockoff, and then I switch this in the knockoff, get the boost, can't outspeed me unless it's Scarfed, and if it's Scarfed, I mean it's using knockoff or a dark move. And yeah, that boost, because this is fast enough to outspeed most of his team. At +1, I can deal a lot of damage, and the only thing that can really take me at +1 is a Scarf Buzzwole, an HP Fire Superior, I guess an Aura Spear Raikou, and Virizion that wins the speed tie, or Scarf Virizion. Going to my 6th Pokemon, like I said, wasn't really sure about this Pokemon. Decided to just stay with it. It takes on Buzzwole pretty well, especially with Aerial Ace. Drain Punch for things like Zoroark, for Crowgonal. Didn't go with the Grass move because I had Roar, and my plan was just to Roar Suicune out. Didn't want to deal with it. My goal was, the way I'm killing Suicune here is T-Spikes and Thunderous T. I keep Thunderous T alive until Suicune's dead, because it's my only way of killing it, especially once it gets boosts up. So if it starts getting boosts up, I go into this, and when it gets boosts up, it's questionable if Thunderous T can kill it. I would have loved to put Sylveon or Uxie here, but neither of them get Roar or Dragon Tail or any of that, which sucks, so I couldn't have that phasing. But Spikes, I guess I could have switched Spikes out. It was just more of I probably should have switched Spikes out, because looking at his team, Spikes isn't going to be a great thing. He's got a lot of recovery stuff, so like that chip damage isn't really good. It's more of the toxic. Like I wanted him if he's staying on the field for an extended period of time. That's where I want him to weigh down, because if he tries to set up and I have toxic spikes there, 1 or 2 turns to set up, that's 18% he's lost. Next turn he uses a move, he's lost another 18%, that you're 36%. So, and then what's after that, 24. So you're already losing like 60% of your health in 4 turns. That was more my goal, not the spikes. I'd say spikes are more for a team without that recovery. Just because like it seems very bulky, very like Gorgeist gets synthesis, Kragwin gets recover, Necrozma gets morning sun, Suicune gets rest. Like a lot of his bulky stuff that I want the hazards for didn't really matter to spikes, but I didn't really have another move to add. I could have added, I guess, Leech Seed. Could have been cool. I think I would have put like synthesis, would have been a good idea. But yeah, that's my team. I'm going to cut it out to I'm going to go to the battle, and we'll see you there. Let's hope we can win. So Brandon has his like I said, Brandon has his like Alex has Brandon's number, but our bad luck and poor finish against Brandon could allow us to save Brandon's playoff career this season and allow us to knock out Alex, or I guess we lose, and then we regret the fact that we screwed up. But let's hope it's the former.